Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you're an independent artist, you know the feeling, right? The game just feels, well, rigged. Everyone tells you to chase exposure, but let's be real, exposure doesn't pay the rent. Today, we are going to break down a whole new playbook. This one isn't about fleeting fame. It's about real, tangible ownership and using smart leverage. It's about giving you control of your own system for success. And this quote, man, it just nails it. For generations, you could be an incredible talent, but that just wasn't enough to build a stable life in music. And it's not some big mystery why, you know? The system was simply never designed for a thriving middle class of musicians. It was built on this information gap that kept all the power in the hands of just a few. So our mission today? We're going to close that gap for good. All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at why the old system is just broken. Then we'll talk about a new mission. After that, we'll get into two super powerful toolkits, one for ownership, one for leverage. And finally, we'll pull it all together, looking at your career as a whole system and figuring out how to get from just surviving to actually being sustainable. Okay, first things first, we need to get a really clear look at the problem we're actually trying to solve here. The truth is the music industry has been running on an operating system that's it's completely outdated for the world we live in now. Yeah, think of the old model like a fortress, right? You had labels and platforms acting as these powerful gatekeepers, holding all the keys, deciding who gets in and who doesn't. The whole system was built on scarcity. But now, technology has basically just torn down those walls. It's created a whole new landscape, a world of direct access where you, the artist, can control the systems, not some middleman. It's a huge shift from opportunity for a select few to opportunity for pretty much everyone. And here's what's really interesting about all this. We don't have to see it as some big evil conspiracy. It's not a moral failure, it's a design failure. The old system is just built to reward the extremes, the massive viral hits, the global superstars. It was never ever designed to support continuity or stability or the long-term career of a working artist. So that brings us to a completely new mission. If the old way was all about asking gatekeepers for permission, the new way is about taking control of your own career path. And you do that by arming yourself with the right knowledge. And the goal here is really, really specific. It's not about trying to become a superstar overnight. It's about building one sustainable career, yours. A career that's defined by stability, and you having real control over your work, not one that's measured in vanity metrics like likes and temporary buzz. All right, let's get our hands dirty and open up the first toolkit. This one is all about building real, tangible ownership in this digital world. And to do that, we're going to use the principles of decentralization, which, you've probably heard of it, is the core idea behind what a lot of people are calling Web3. I know, decentralization can sound like a super complicated tech buzzword, but just think of it like this. You would never build your dream house on land that you're just renting, right? Well, this is a way to stop building your career on rented platforms. It's all about owning your fan relationships and your digital stuff directly so that some random algorithm change can't just wipe it all out overnight. So what does that actually look like in the real world? Well, it's like a treasure chest of possibilities. It means you can build your own systems for things like direct-to-fan sales, for funding that's actually transparent, and for fan memberships that you can take with you wherever you go. You're basically moving from being trapped on one platform to having real, genuine options. All right, next up, our second toolkit. This one is all about leverage, and we're going to talk specifically about how you can use artificial intelligence as a powerful partner, one that helps amplify what you do without taking away who you are. Okay, let's talk about AI. There is so much noise out there, right? A ton of hype and, honestly, a lot of fear. Let's just cut right through all of that. Instead of seeing AI as something that's going to replace jobs or threaten creativity, let's just reframe it. Think of it as a practical tool, a tool that gives you leverage, helps you keep your quality high, and brings some much-needed consistency to your work. It lets you turn chaos into a system you can actually manage. So where does this actually help you day to day? Well, think about your marketing. AI can analyze what's actually working so you can stop throwing money away on ads that go nowhere. Or in the studio, it can be like a second set of expert ears for your mixing and mastering, helping you push the quality even higher. And then there's your daily workflow. I mean, just imagine automating all those tedious, repetitive tasks that just drain your creative energy. That is what AI leverage looks like. Okay, so we have these two amazing toolkits, one for ownership, one for leverage. The big question is, how do we put them together? Well, we do it by making a pretty big mindset shift. We have to start treating our career like an integrated system, one that's powered by doing a little bit about business. Now look, this isn't about writing some stuffy 50-page business plan, okay? Just think of this as your personal roadmap to sustainability. It's a simple, living process. First, you figure out what your assets are, what you actually own. Then, you integrate all the tools we've been talking about. After that, you look at the data you're getting back to see what's working. And finally, you just keep refining your system to make it better and stronger. And this really requires a fundamental shift in how you think about success. We have got to stop measuring our careers by that old metric, exposure. Chasing likes, hoping for a viral moment on some platform we don't even own. The new metric is assets. Your email list, your direct fan community, your catalog of music. These are the things that build a real foundation for a career that's actually built to last. And all of this brings us to the ultimate goal, the whole point of this framework. It's designed to help build a completely new foundation for music, one that moves independent artists past just scraping by, past mere survival, and into a future where they can actually truly thrive. So if you take just one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Assets create continuity. Exposure creates noise. A sustainable career is built on the foundation of things you own and control. That's what gives you resilience. Exposure, on the other hand, it's temporary. It's just borrowed attention. And at the end of the day, it's just noise in a very, very loud world. See, by focusing on knowledge, on ownership, and on intentional control, you're not just making music anymore. You are architecting a durable, independent career, one that can actually withstand all the crazy ups and downs of this industry. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Looking at your career right now, today, what is the one tangible asset you can start building or maybe just start strengthening this week?